What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. There is one character that the audience always puts on the top of a list of greatest Downton Abbey characters. Can you guess which character it is? Today, we're counting down our picks of the top 10 greatest characters in the series. Enjoy the video. EDITH PELHAM. She is the middle child of the Crawley family, and she has been through a lot. And we really want the creators of the series, Julian Fellowes, to give her a break in the upcoming sequel. EDITH PELHAM is portrayed by Laura Carmichael, and let's be honest here, Edith was never as fully privileged as her sister Mary. She forced herself to live a happy life with far less than her sister, and she had to raise an unplanned child in secret, and because of this, she was referred to as Poor Edith. When the audiences first met her, they saw her as the jealousy-filled, spoiled middle child of the Crawleys. However, the character development led to Edith becoming one of the most loved characters in the show. She has a steady career now, and of course, she's happily married to Herbert Bertie Pelham. Also, she is now one of the most powerful ones in the entire Crawley estate. What do you guys think about Lady Edith?
But I will say this. It's getting harder and harder to say no.
Cora Crawley, aka the Countess of Granham, played by Elizabeth McGovern, is the wife of Robert Crawley. Ever since the pilot episode of the show, fans were in love with the American lady in the British estate. Style, grace, charisma, she had it all. And that's why she will forever stay on the list of the most loved Downton Abbey characters. What is your favorite line of Cora Crawley? Let us know.
I want you to know that we owe a great debt to Barrow here.
Robert Crawley. As the patriarch of the Crawley family, Robert has been one of the most crucial characters in the series. He should perhaps work on his temper a bit, and he has had his fair share of mistakes throughout the series. But in the end, he proves that he does have a pure soul. To be honest, we wouldn't have placed Robert on this list, but since most fans agree he's one of the greatest characters in the series, we had to. We really hate what he did to Cora while she was sick. What do you guys think of Robert?
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Dr. Richard Clarkson. Played by David Robb, Dr. Richard Clarkson is the family doctor to the Crawleys in the series. He was the one who tried to save Lady Sybil. He was the one who became an army surgeon when World War I began, and this clearly makes him one of the most loved characters in the series. Matthew Crawley. Dan Stevens played the role of Matthew Crawley in the series, and this character was presumably the only man Lady Mary ever loved so deeply. Matthew is without a doubt an ideal man. He is modest, attractive, intelligent, and he always cared for others. Sadly, Stevens decided to leave the series, and his departure will forever stay in the list of most heartbreaking moments in the show. Do you think Matthew ever made a mistake? If yes, what was his mistake?
Reggie Swire will have put me in his will because he believed I was his daughter's one true love.
So you were?
Yes.
Sybil Branson. The youngest one of the Crawley sisters, Sybil Branson, a character played by Jessica Brown Finlay, was another tragic character loss we never expected to see. Sybil was a rebellious spirit, and she proved to her family that traditions aren't as important when it comes to real love, and she was involved in politics fighting for human rights. Despite her family constantly standing in her way, she would always get what she wants. One of these occasions was when she married the Irish chauffeur Tom Branson, a decision that certainly changed the course of the show. This is what makes Sybil one of the greatest characters in the show. What was your favorite characteristic of Lady Sybil? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Be trapped before you're completely sure.
But I am sure. How many times do I have to say it?
Thomas Barrow. Thomas Barrow is the definition of perfect character development. Throughout the first season of the show, we all despised him simply because he was a nasty, evil person. However, as the show progressed, Thomas transformed from footman to valet to butler, and he learned his lessons while becoming a much better person. Thomas learns that there's more to life than just plotting schemes to destroy someone. And as a gay man in a lifetime when being gay meant you'll go to jail, Thomas constantly struggles with his identity. Near the end of the series, he is accepted for who he truly is, and we really hope Downton Abbey: A New Era, which is the sequel to the 2019 film, will finally give Barrow a person to love. Do you guys wish for the sequel to bring Thomas a love interest?
And I thought I might try to be someone else when I get to my new position.
We do change as life goes on.
Mrs. CARSON, aka Mrs. Hughes, is Downton's housekeeper, who is also the head of all female housekeepers. Tough, honest, and pure-hearted, Mrs. Hughes is really understanding for both the members upstairs and downstairs. For instance, she never gives up on Ethel despite warnings of her of what is about to come. Ethel didn't listen to her and was left with a child. She needed to take care of the child alone, so when she didn't know where to go for help and support, she went to Mrs. CARSON, and she did everything to save Ethel from the dark side of the world. Mrs. CARSON helped so many people throughout the series, and we really wish to see her live happily ever after. Thankfully, she got married to butler Mr. CARSON, with whom she would often spend some time after a difficult day at work. Fans always knew they had feelings for each other, but a proposal? A wedding? Well, we never expected that. Now, here's an interesting fact. According to historians, Downton Abbey is rather inaccurate with the storyline where Mrs. Hughes marries Mr. CARSON. Back in the 1930s, a housekeeper being accountable for all the female housekeepers wasn't allowed to get married. If she did, she would have been fired. BERYL Patmore, character played by Leslie Nichol, is in the second place on our top 10 of the greatest Downton Abbey characters. She is a cook at Downton Abbey, often being overwhelmed by the pressure to control the entire kitchen and staff. Mrs. Patmore knows the difference between being an evil authority and having a great work ethic. While she knows to get angry and yell at the kitchen staff, she is compassionate, and presumably one of her best characteristics, she has an incredible sense of humor. We never found a negative feature in her personality. Did you? One of the worst things she ever did was convince Daisy to get married despite her desire not to do so. However, we did this in order to help Daisy, and that's obviously what she thought she was doing. The woman is simply an absolute treasure, and we would love to see a spin-off where Mrs. Patmore and Daisy solve mysteries together. That would be awesome, right?
Fun for tomorrow.
Well, I'll get the sack if anyone sees this.
Let Daisy and Ivy clean.
Violet Crawley. Violet Crawley is a character played by the amazingly talented Dame Maggie Smith. She's a Dowager Countess of Downton Abbey, as the mother of Robert Crawley, and she is, according to 90% of the fans, the greatest character in the series. Her traditional views would often cause problems between her and Isabel Crawley and Cora Crawley. However, the way her character was written is not the reason fans love her so much. It's the way Smith delivers her lines, with such attention to detail when it comes to body movement and facial expressions. Out of thousands of remarkable one-liners, our favorite one is definitely, "Edith dear, you're a woman with a brain and reasonable abilities. Stop whining and find something to do." While she often tries to represent herself as the cold matriarch, the Dowager Countess often knows when to be compassionate and supportive for both her family and her loyal servants. Only a few actors can successfully steal a scene with just a few words and a single facial expression. What is your favorite Violet Crawley line?
I thought the only person who could tell us with any accuracy the Bryant's response to Ethel's working.
Do you agree with our picks for the top 10 greatest Downton Abbey characters? How would you rank them? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.